It's what I see in the news, you know. It's like,
I can
oh,
see that.
a Saharan dust plume or Spanish heat
And,
volcano or something.
and for
90, yeah,
winter, isn't it your winter right now?
summer.
What was that?
Isn't it your winter right now?
Oh,
Oh,
no,
in
no.
the
Well,
northern
if I was in
hemisphere.
South Africa, but nah, Northern Hemisphere now.
Oh, I thought you were. I thought you were in Australia. My bad.
No, 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 no. I'm South African, but in the UK.
Okay.
You can't
Oh,
tell the difference between an Australian and a British accent?
it's not the
Well,
question of the accent. It was the question of like some of the stuff, like the barbecuing and some of the other things that were going on. That I just was bad. My bad.
All good, man. Ask any questions you need anytime.
People seem to talk all. Seem to know I'm from California, no matter what. So I mean, I don't know what to say. But
I
You
didn't
know, we
know
get
that.
that here in Michigan too. I was in New York City one day, but I've been living in Texas for a couple months. We took I won't go in why I was in New York City, but on the way back, we were all getting ready to load up in buses, and there were buses from all over the country of college students. And two girls were complaining that it was going to take them 14 hours to get back home on the bus because they're in Ohio, which is just south of Michigan. Oh, but I was going back to Texas. We were looking at like almost 48 hours on the bus. And I commented on that. She turns around and looks at me. She goes, "No." She goes, yeah, it's 48 hours." She goes, "But you're from Michigan, right?" And it's like, really? How can you tell that? My theater professors told me it's because in Michigan we apparently have a very nasal kind of flat accent. Her favorite is Irish because they're all up and down and all over the register, and it's like, oh, great.
Okay, well, there's only 4 of you, so it could get interesting. Hopefully everyone else will turn up. Meantime, let's reset the menus. Take mine down to 4, because I'm here.
Oh, I took my advances, by
good.
the way, as well, because we got advances at the end of the last session. So those of you who weren't here, you might want to go check.
Nice, shall do. Thank you.
If you hadn't planned, oh gosh, yeah. Look, you got 4 outstanding according to your character sheet. Yes.
Ross, did you see my post? Have you had any issues with like encumbrance or fatigue not setting right or being different between clients?
Not that we've noticed. We did have something where it was sort of, it would show if someone is encumbered when they weren't, but that was about it.
Yeah, that's what I was getting, but it was only showing in the results of the rolls. It wasn't showing.
We close it, press the recalculate button, close the character sheet, reopen the character sheet, seemed to fix it for us.
I think you guys,
Okay,
I think you
good
have
to know.
money weight turned on.
I might have money weight turned on. Yeah, but it wasn't showing him as encumbered. His sheet showed like 83 out of 100.
Well, so did mine, but I had to move it out of the official currency into the box, and that dropped my load limit.
All right,
currency rate appears to have turned on for mine. I certainly don't usually use it, but it was definitely on in mine. So maybe something's changed to default it to being on. So I've just turned it off for this game. You might all want to recalculate your encumbrance.
And then so the other thing I had was the fatigue. Like I just deleted the -1 on the tracker, right? And it still showed on him until finally I found it like still showing the down arrow on a sheet for some reason. But I thought that the two were interchangeable.
Hey, Doswalk, are you playing on Tuesday afternoon since you're not running?
Yes.
Cool. What are you playing?
I'm going to play the Psyker.
Okay, well, I'm going to play the damn witch because I like playing witches. And the 2 advances that she told us we could have help.
Oh, I hadn't noticed that.
Yeah, she said that after rereading the adventure, if you go into the thing, after rereading the adventure, she's decided to let us all take 2 advances when we join the game so that to account for our learning curve while we were in the waste.
Fair enough. I must admit, I'm in a desperate attempt to try and keep the room bearable, which failed at 93 degrees, and the computer from melting. It's been off all day, so only just turned it on. But there's only the 4 of you anyway, so I don't know where everyone else is.
Yeah, now didn't we pick up some allies the last time, and now we're like ready to go and take on the...
We convinced...
And the princess went over to her brother because rather than get us all killed.
A fight started out. I did the best I could to help fix it. We are going somewhere to get something. Wait, I think I wrote down my notes. Where is it? Story. Blah blah blah. I did not write down what we were going to getting. So we're going and getting something. Ran into a thing that told us not to. Ran into a ship that was basically warning us off. We said, "Screw you." Took over the ship. Turns out they're being controlled by some kind of parasite. One guy's dead and 2 are unconscious, freed from the parasite. At least on the top decks. We haven't checked below yet. And that's where we left off, as we have now gained a new ship.
Yes. So what did... I mean, I'm just trying to remember what the agreement was. So you decided, well, basically it's 10 days or so until the rebel fleet, as you're calling it, assembles and is heading out to
Routing.
Zrix's space. So in the meantime, you decided to scout on ahead. As you were traveling through the Astral Sea, you came across a Gith Yankee riding a red dragon, who basically has a bit of a strange sense of humour. After threatening to toast you all, just asked, basically asked you if you'd seen any mind flayers, and because some of the parts that Pla had taken off that mind flayer ship way back allowed him to track him to you. You basically, I think you told him basically what was the plan was, and he told you that making a frontal assault against the Zrixian Armada was probably a suicide run, and he basically told you that he basically told you about a hidden base that they hide half their fleet in. So basically, he's promised to help you deal with that hidden base if you help him out first. The Mind Flayers. So you've come to the Million space, another system, and that's where you just started entering it when the flying fish ship intercepted you. So yeah, that's where we got to, I believe.
Yeah, we cleared the top deck, but we don't know about if there's anything under. What kind of ship was this again?
It's a flying fish ship. Do you see if I had some floor plans for it? I should do. Yeah. An image record. I don't actually need it as a.
So there's 2 internal decks.
Yeah. So there's a sort of good example of a flying fish ship layout, as it were. We're up on the main deck at the moment, and that's pretty much where we left it. I just must have clicked the button without even realising it to make those dice roll there. Oh,
All right. So crewmen 1 and 3 should be, I think, unconscious.
I believe so, yes. You removed the parasites off them, didn't you?
Well, off the later ones, once we knew about them, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Did we rescue crewman 3? Crewman 3? Or not?
As far as, yes, you have, because they're, yeah. As far as I can make out, you have.
They're unconscious, right?
Yes.
All right. I'll shout back. Main decks clear. Careful, psychic parasites. Daggers is the Gith Yankee. Arkoth is the dragon. Okay. Get your butts over here so we can capture the ship.
I'm halfway there.
Obviously.
Are we free to move? Because I'll make my way carefully down this sail.
Obviously, Topola can basically steer the ships over. Obviously, I don't have a map where the ships are side by side, but you can position yourselves above the other ship, lower some ropes over the side, and clamber down without incident. So you should be able to move yourselves
on
around.
the wing of the other ship, so she's just going to move, carefully along the bar and to the deck.
Once we got some backup, let's make sure the ship is clear and go below decks.
And remember, we've promised these guys to ally with us any um, Spelljammer.
We already gave them that. We're paid up on. We are paid up on 500 golden repairs, challenge issued, spelljamming helm, and food.
Okie dokie. So, okay, basically, the ship appears to be, as I say, if you head below decks, obviously you've got the layout there, so you can sort of just say which areas, if any areas of the ship in particular you wish to head to.
Like I said,
on the other map, you don't need to worry about tokens.
First head for the bridge to make sure which is where the spelljamming helm should be, right?
Looking at that layout, it would be the logical place to put it, wouldn't it? Yes.
So bridge. Yeah, we'll head for the bridge first, and then clear the rest of the ship and see what they got in steerage and ballast.
Okay. Basically, going through the ship, it seems relatively normal. Yeah, nothing untoward, anything ominous. In the chart room, in addition to the charts, there appears to be lots of. It appears that this area is also being used to create new charts. It looks like a cartographer, Elmander, back in the Rock of Brow, had commissioned this ship to do an expedition and to map Vermilion space, and that appears to be what this crew was doing. According to the notes and logs, it looks like about 3 weeks ago they stopped doing that, and they haven't been updating the logs since. It lists the total crew as 6.
We've got 3, so there's got to be 3 around here somewhere.
I think you've got 2. You've got 2 surviving, haven't you? You've got 1 didn't make it, but you've got 2 surviving that you know of. Yes.
We didn't know about the parasites with the first one. That's why we changed every app. 6 crew, 2. So we don't find any other crew on the ship. What's the name of the ship?
Sorry. Sorry. No, that's what I said when you got to the chart room, because you said you were making your way backwards. You find the crew, basically the starboard crew quarters is bolted on the outside. You have a big chunky padlock.
Hey, Plar, can't you just cut through that padlock?
I can cut anything. Let's get busy.
Yeah, you're way better at breaking stuff than fixing it, ain't you?
I will try first with the lockpicks.
Okay, that'll be a thievery roll if that's what you're going for.
Now that's interesting, because I don't think Pla has thievery.
If you've got lockpicks. Otherwise, you could probably just try a repair to dismantle the lock.
That will do me. Right.
Excuse me.
Right. Did I sufficiently repair the lock open?
You did. Basically, as the lock falls to the floor, disassembled, and you push the door open, you hear cries of terror coming from within the darkened room. After a few seconds to let your eyes adjust to the darkness, you find 3 additional crewmen in a very malnourished state. Basically,
I tell them to stay where they are until we check them over. Turn around so we can give you a search here to make sure you're not infected.
Medical quarantine. Good call.
Oh,
Do they
no.
comply?
Oh no, they've got more of them. They've got more of them. They say, no, you're not using us in the ritual. But eventually you manage to calm them down. And after you check them over, they all appear, other than being malnourished, they don't appear to be
I have no
controlled in any
problem
way.
giving him a wake up slap. Yeah, calm down. Calm down. Pa, pa, pa. Shaking them. Some of us might remember that movie. Calm down. Down. There's a line of me back out the door. But no, I will give them a. It's like, no. Keep them separated, but they are told to stay where they are until we make sure they are not infected with a parasite. If they comply,
They do.
friendly. If they don't comply, they're getting a non-lethal sword to the head.
Okie dokie.
Um,
They're not in any real fit
How
state
exactly
to
does
comply.
a non-lethal sword to the head work?
Flat of the blade, I assume.
energy. I
Almost
choose
very carefully.
chose not to be lethal with my energy. Is that a healing check or just a notice? I don't have healing, so I'm just going to make a notice check.
Yeah, notice checks you do it. The first one of the three appears to be okay. Just a bit malnourished.
I give him some, or I give him a biscuit. And I'll check. Do I need to check all three of them?
That's okay. I'll use your notice check for all three. They all appear to be
I'll give them some water,
unaffected. Yeah.
food.
Basically, the thought crosses your mind that they're probably spares.
All right. One of you, the captain.
No, it would appear. Basically, it would appear that the captain was refused to submit and managed to resist the parasite, and but it killed him. The act of resisting killed him.
Okay.
They've been locked down. They've been locked down here. They've lost count, but they know it's been more than 2 weeks. They've been locked in here, very infrequently fed. That basically come into the conclusion that sooner or later that they would basically be returned to the wormhole gate near the center of the Vermilion Eye Nebula, and the Mind Flayers would perform another ritual upon them like they did on their crewmates.
Okay. I'll leave them with someone who's medically inclined.
Mhm.
I guess that'd be Cernan and stuff. We'll continue to sweep and investigate the ship, make sure there's no other parasites hiding, and see if they've got anything of value.
One of the crewmen steps forward, identifies themselves as the first mate of the ship, and asks what's going on and what's happened. All that, and after you sort of
Congratulations, you've been rescued.
after you fill them in, they
I was hoping to take the ship, but that doesn't look like it'll be an option now.
I'm afraid not. They'll probably they said if you basically, unless they offer to help you with any information they can provide, though they don't know a lot. They can sort of tell you more about what they've discovered about the Vermilion space, because they were studying it for a while, but they basically
Take that information and whatnot, but still seeing if there's any valuables aboard.
Indeed. Unfortunately, it doesn't appear to be the case. As I say, it was a exploration, a ship on an exploration mission for cartographer back at the Rock of Bral. It would appear that the crew, it would appear that the man you killed wasn't originally part of their crew. He came from. He came from. Well, they don't know where he came from. They assume from another ship. But basically, Although it means forfeiting the rest of their mission, they eager to leave this area and head back to the Rock of Bral as soon as possible. Basically, thank you profusely once again. Unless you're going to stop them, they're going to take the Proteus. They're going to head off into Proteus at the first opportunity they get.
No, as long as they're providing information. I do get their names because they do owe us.
Well, the first mate basically heads back below, and you hear stuff moving around in the opposite crew quarter to the one they were in. And after a while, she brings back up a obsidian pendant in the shape of a Kindori. That's one of those space whales, and basically says it's the only thing of value we have.
Shape of what?
Like Kindori, a space whale.
Okay.
It's the only thing of value we have. But please take it with our thanks. And over this obsidian pendant in the shape of a Gendori, which I shall put in the party sheet, and you can all. Those with any sort of arcane backgrounds will detect that it does give off a magical signature. It is a magic item.
Can I use occult to determine?
You can you most certainly can. Okay, you identify it as a Death Ward pendant.
A what?
Death Ward pendant. It basically tries to prevent you from taking injury. Basically, once per day, you can make a soak roll without having to spend a penny.
Oh. That's I'm taking that. That is entirely too useful for me.
If anyone else is objecting, I'm going to award it to Sargon. There we go.
As long as he keeps running forward and taking the hits, so I don't have to, I'm good with it.
Yep. As I say, as long as you're wearing it once per day, it recharges every 24 hours, but for many purposes, we'll make it sun up as well once per day. Free soak roll, basically.
Yeah.
But yes, basically, assuming you let them on your way. What do they tell you? Basically, all they can really reiterate is the stuff that you've already heard that you're already told by his name, the Gaz, wasn't it? I think he's the Gif Yankee, the Gaz. Come on, open up your couch sheet. There we go. Yes, the Gaz. Basically, Vermilion space is dominated by a massive nebula known as the Vermilion Eye. You're on the very outskirts of it here, which is why it's all cloudy and red. Legends say an ancient god was slain here by a twin who stabbed her through the eye. The resulting cataclysm created the nebula of its shape to resemble the anguish. Vermilion space has no planets and is generally inhospitable to most life. Although basically it's somewhere that basically is relatively unmapped for that reason, which is why the Rock of Bral team are here. However, it would appear, and this is the bit that Dargaz is also interested in as he overhears it, is basically further in and closer to the actual eye. There appears to be a structure, and the mind flayers are preparing for some sort of performing minor rituals there, waiting to prepare for a main great ritual, and it is them who basically impregnated attached the parasites to the crew, and their job was to keep everyone away so the mind flayers could complete the ritual, although they do not know what the ritual is. The ultimate goal of the ritual is.
Just kind of sighs and looks at the rest of him and it's like, you guys want to investigate this, don't you?
Dargaz is most certainly going forwards if that's where the mind players are.
That's kind of why we're here.
We're working with them. Okay, yeah. That's right. Well, lead the way.
Is the gleb on hold? Be sure. Worthington on hold. TK is here. Top alert will put on hold as an empty. Rick can go on hold. Go on hold. Darbell can go on hold. So at some point. Okay, I think that's everybody, and that leaves us with Cernan should be on hold. Gives us Trist, Sargon, Pla, and Cernan and TK. All good. Okay. Basically, Dargaz, you obviously still has the ability to track mind flayers, and obviously the information the crew provided also corresponds with what he's picking up, and basically as you on the ship and him on his red dragon, you continue towards the Vermilion Eye. As you get closer, the cosmic winds begin to pick up speed. It takes you approximately 1 hour to reach the heart of the stellar storm. Knowing anyone, well, you don't spend your PowerPoints. If it, I don't think you don't spend your PowerPoints anyway, so you don't need to worry. Through the break in the clouds, you see an enormous, I should say, floating ring. It appears to have 5 evenly spaced platforms. They appear to be built of some sort of layered purple chitin. And there's no railings, and 4 of them appear to have a dark crystal embedded in their centres. The gravity plane seems to basically be levelling off through the middle of it, so as you get closer, the larger gravity plane affects you and the ship turns to be on the same lane. First thing you do notice, though, that is very unusual, and you've never seen anything that large before, because it's the standard thing that anything that has a gravity plane will hold air to it. But this, as far as you can tell, there is no air envelope on this platform.
Artificial gravity, even better.
Or something basic. But logically, also, obviously, anything large enough that it starts off with air, in an airy environment will take air with it when it leaves. But obviously, likewise, given long enough, if something's eventually, if something breathes in all the air, there's no longer breathable air. But in this case, apparently, it's either unbreathable. It's either basically a pure carbon dioxide, so therefore poisonous air, or this was constructed in space itself. So although it's got its own gravity plane, it doesn't have an air bubble. As you continue to get, as you basically, as you get a bit closer, you can see there is in fact movement going on upon the platform. Appear to be humanoid-like entities moving the platform, and every so often one of the crystals seems to pulse, sending energy ringing round to a larger crystal at the top, which then seems to send the pulse into the Vermilion Eye, centre of the nebula. What is your plan?
We need a plan. We don't just charge forward.
Yeah, I know.
No gravity.
Well, there's gravity. There's no air. That's the issue.
No lungs.
That's an interesting one. No vital organs. I don't know if that's a good point. I don't know if you need air or not.
No. some benefits to being botic. In fact, you could probably use me as an air reservoir. Mind you, the flubber would be the best one for that. We blow him up full of air, but we don't have a flubber.
So what are you thinking? Like using it as a balloon, essentially?
Glixgleb, yeah. Cause we need to keep like the air breathers alive, right? Is that's the deal? We got a limited air supply.
Yeah, but basically, you'll take 1 minute's worth of air with you if you leave the gravity plane of the ship. All of you can take 1 minute's air with you. That's how that's how it works. Obviously, there are other ways to do it, but where is it?
The other ship has air. Is that right?
Does my
No, the platform does not have
protection
air.
come in
No.
there? Is that
The platform doesn't have air, and it's got a bigger gravity. It's a bigger object in weight and gravity than your ship. So if you get your ship too close to it, what it will actually do is pull all the air off your ship.
Okay.
But given the size of that, it wouldn't necessarily be enough air to be breathable over the entire gravity plane.
Could I get a portal to that ship and enable travel between our two ships via two portals?
Logically, you can do that, yes.
Via Portal of Crossbows. Team, what do we think about that?
Does that portal enable us to have air over there? Because it's kind of a waste if otherwise.
Well, it's instantaneous safe travel between the two things. I guess that's kind of checkbox number one. How do we get over there? Then it's how do we breathe over there? Or do non-air users have to go over there? In which case the bot could do some work.
And I'll ask again, does my environmental protection help in any way?
Oh, yeah, most certainly will. Environmental protection spell most definitely will basically provide, allows you to breathe, allows you to survive in the vacuum of space, basically, yes.
Right. And I believe that I can tag other people with that, right?
Can indeed.
Oh, this is sounding promising.
So I didn't hear you ask the question because I would have answered sooner, because that's, yes, there's environmental protection, which you do have, and there is also another spell that costs a bit less power points, but because it's environmental protection, but only for air, called Air Bubble. But I don't think anyone has got that. It literally creates a space helmet of air around your head that magically replenishes. But
no,
yeah,
but I mean, I purposely took this.
Yes, exactly. It is to provide air in space. Completely don't.
So that was the whole point of
exactly.
That
exactly, and that's the whole point of the power, and that's what it's there for. So you basically, yeah. So the only fun in games is if you cast that on everyone, I think it's an hour, isn't it? I think if you get the raise, it's not 8 hours. I believe.
I'm looking right now.
Because I think
yada yada yada. Protects them. It doesn't. Okay, planar adaptation is 1 hour. Protection is 1 hour.
Well, I'm sure a raise got it up to 8 because in Witch War they got the raise, didn't they? You had negative energy protection for 8 hours. Maybe I forgot it. That's fine. But now it's fine. The only fun in games is you just do not want to get hit by a successful dispel if you're using that to breathe.
Well, if you are, then you still have 1 minute to get replacement.
Yeah, a raise increases the duration to 8 hours. So it's 1 hour. You've got 1 hour's oxygen. For every person that has it cast, someone's got 1 hour's worth of air. 8 hours on a raise.
Okay, did you see that in the spell description or in the book?
It's in the spell description.
It's the last sentence.
It is the last sentence. I was blind. Thank you.
It's okay. We've all done it.
Okay, so then I guess I mean it's up to the party. I mean, I'm not one of those guys that's gonna.
I mean, if we're going over there, that's pretty
I'm not
necessary.
gonna
That's the
tap.
only way
Since I'm
those
pretty
roads
sure
are
we need
shown.
to go over there,
Isn't that what she wanted us to deal with, the mind flayers?
With the guess is hunting mind flayers, yes.
And there are mind flayers over there, right?
There is indeed.
So that's what we're hunting.
There certainly is.
La, 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 la.
Okay.
Right, Skipper, get me alongside so I can get the best possible shot with this porthole crossbow onto a suitable landing spot on the opposing vessel.
Okie doke. So, before you looms a pentagonal gate constructed from an unholy combination of black iron and pulsing organic matter and deep purple chitin. Yes.
Chitin.
And chitin, yes. At each vertex, a mind flayer stands atop a platform, its arms raised in arcane workings, a cloud of elemental energy surrounding it. As they move in sync, dark crystals embedded in 4 of the platforms begin to pulse and glow. On the 5th, an enormous mirrored shard hovers behind a mind flayer who is channeling a stream of brine from a gleaming silver bottle. Cosmic winds lash at your face as the air grows as taut as a bowstring as the ritual summons a nebulous storm. So whatever they're up to is kicking off in big time, and you're 100 feet away from the gate. Can I have some notice checks, please? Dorgaz will make one as well. I'll find him. Okay, you all notice it. Okay, Dargaz is obviously Dargaz's dragon Arakov is obviously struggling against the storm here, but Dargaz shouts across to you as he points 400 feet past the gate, and you see the telltale sign of a mind flayer nautiloid ship. He goes, "You deal with them. I'll take on the ship," and him and his dragon accelerate past the portal. So I need let's have a look. What's the range of your crossbow? Your crossbow range is 20 inches, which is 60 feet.
20.
Yeah, so you'll need to take it's a long range shot at the moment. You don't really want to get any closer than that, and that will basically let you fire the crossbow at which, let me share the map, that platform there.
Jeepers. Right. Going for that.
Okay, that's a successful shot. Okay, so basically you fire it and open up a blue portal.
On that side.
Yep.
All right. Now we want one on this side.
Well, no, the other one you want to fire on your ship.
Yes.
Yeah. Which is fine. You could. That's not a problem. I'm not going to make you roll for that because
roll
it's
for a point blank. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Point blank against a floor or a wall.
So there's the portal. So
See, you're nicer than me. I would have made him do it just because there is the option of crit failing.
yeah, but
And when you're effing around with portals, that could be really interesting.
Right,
I'm gonna roll
that's
it
why.
just for let's just go for that. Let's
And you
pinch,
can forgive me now because I will guarantee you Doswell's wheels are
Here we
spinning.
go. Fails.
Did you see that? That was nearly a double one.
That was pretty close.
See, and now Now his wheels are spinning, right? I'm sorry about that, but
Right. Okie dokie. I make it. You're casting it on. Well, it depends. As far as I can tell, is obviously if you're casting it on Sargon. Well, Sargon, Cernan, and Trist need it. Pla doesn't, as he's a construct. But
This
it
would be
depends. Environmental protection.
an open part of the deck, so
Yeah.
whoever wanted.
But
to pass the
then
open
there's also
check.
anybody. Then there's also Pegasus, of course, if you want to send Pegasus across. Otherwise, we'll leave Pegasus behind. That's so. I make it 3 additionals before you add any NPCs in. Including Buzz, for example.
yeah, I'm gonna. Buzz is fine, and doesn't he breathe out of my air if he's in my bag? Really, to sort of put away.
Technically, yes, but that just means you won't be able to engage in combat. Is all I'm thinking.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, so I'm just looking for additional target. +1. So it's 2 plus 3. That would be 5, right?
Yep. Reminds me, I need to make a slight change. Great. They've increased the cost of boost lower tray, haven't they, to 3 power points, and each additional recipient is 2 power points.
Okay, so it cost me a Benny because I had to re-roll it, but it looks like I got a raise.
Does indeed.
All right.
Okay, so what I will do is I will put the combat track.
I see the combat track.
If I put that on there, and then you are targeting Cernan, self.
Oh, you're doing it for me. That's fine.
Sargon. I'm just trying to be nice. And Trist. Work because I can't copy effect roll. And Trist.
All right, and then I will.
Got the raise, so it's although it says.
It doesn't have one for the raise for the effect. But
no, I know. I noticed that. Also, it shouldn't have a counter at all for that. So that should be 8 hours.
Yeah, and you did it for me. I was going to push the button.
Oh, it's okay. Sorry. Sorry.
Taking all my fun away, man.
Sorry, it's only because having done it last time, I realised it's a bug I need to fix. So I'm just trying to be nice. Okie dokie. So that is going to put you down on beta platform. So first things first, let's roll for it. Let's deal the cards for initiative after adding. I've got to add him in. Let's add him in.
And we'll whole bunches of jokers out.
Deal him in. My word, that was jokers all around there, wasn't it? Yeah, so you should have all got. You should have got 2 bennies. I don't think you all got a second benny there. So there you go. Everyone gets 2 bennies from jokers to allies, which is all good. And then we roll on the Nebula Storm table to see what's happening. Okay. Creepers, really? That's the last thing you need. Okay.
Does that mean that there's no effect, or does that mean that there's a hell of effect?
Yeah, basically, whatever they're doing is like kicking off a sort of a storm effect. Where it's obviously causing distortion, as you may notice, around the edge of the nebula, and also it's basically, in some ways, it's starting to make it's causing high speed winds to knock up to basically whirl around, and it's pulling things in. In some ways, it's acting like a black hole, but at the same, it's more like a massive tornado around the edge of it. I would say it's not doing what I want it to do, which is
I give it 3 rounds until Diablo sticks his head out of that porthole.
Come on. Why aren't you? Okay, let's just go a different way. Let's go into group mode, hit the plus, hit a second one. I will keep it in group mode. That to ungroup it. Build in. That. Okay. Righty ho. So, who's first? Pla is first. Obviously, you're not on the map yet. If you wish to step through the portal, then I'll put you onto the other map.
Yep. Pla recon away.
You go through, are you?
Yes, and on the basis that no air required, so I'll be safe there to do some recon, landing smack in front of a mine flare. And Piglet can hang back for now. Excuse me,
Yeah.
Pegasus.
Pegasus can hang back. Right, well, you step through. So what do you want to do when you get there?
Make distance from the mine flare, to be honest.
Okay,
But,
yeah, he's performing. He is he's channeling wind from the nebula storm into a shielded crystal anchor. Basically, there's a strong wind blowing in the whole area, making basically movement tricky, but without too much hassle. But attacks have a penalty. However, you can, of course, just move away. He won't attack you, and that's an awful lot of curly brackets. So you can move if you want to.
Yeah, I'm gonna hop down to the bottom leftmost square. Excuse me, make that the top leftmost square.
Move yourself. You've got your pace. Off you go.
I don't see myself on the map. Is that it?
Yeah, that's fine. I'll assume you walk around the edge, but that's the portal.
Yeah, that was my issue. Okay, got it.
Oh, it's oh, hang on. I didn't. Okay, I didn't realise natural selection wasn't working. Let me change something. I thought natural selection was working. Obviously, I haven't turned it on. I do apologise. Need to therefore treat it as a graphical element and just place it there. I can shrink it down.
Working, as part of core now or not yet?
Don't know, but I forgot to turn on the natural selection extension. Therefore, that's why you. Okay, so I'll put the portal back. It's now a graphical element and shouldn't interfere with anyone. Okay, Arakov is flying towards the thingy, and that brings us to the Mind Flayer. Who basically, as you run round, he suddenly notices you and basically waggles his tentacles in your general direction.
It's cool. I was planning on coming here to compare summoning techniques, if that's all good, Mr. Mindflayer.
Now there's a euphemism for you.
Actually, I just did.
Tentacles.
Right, I just rolled the wrong power, but it doesn't matter. 16 still works. Oh. I'll roll the mind blast. I'll roll the right dice just to remind me what it was. Stun. Okay. Concussive force. Select casting victim must make a vigor roll at -2. Raise. Okay. Basically, he hits you with a concussive wave of energy. You need to make a vigor check at -2. Be stunned.
Shucks. If I had thought this is how I was going to go down, I would have walloped a net over you first. Vigor check on the way.
+2 for Joker bonus, -2. Yeah, you're fine. You resist the mental attack. Assault, I should say.
Huzzah. And cluelessness trait be damned. Mind Flayer probably didn't have a chance.
Okay. It's flight. Flight at pace of 24. Bring it in. So pulled in. Basically, a comet is pulled in by the nebula. So that's, both of them are, in fact. Hang on, wrong way. In by the effect. Let's put it over there. That brings us to Sargon. Step through the portal if he so wishes.
Yep, step through.
That would be gone. That would be gone. That would be gone. That would be gone. But the environmental protection's there. Okay, you step through the portal.
Okay. Speed, damage, protection. Alright, I'll use my Mystic Monk powers and boost my fighting.
Mhm.
Four and 5. Power is up. Spend my points. I'll move over here so people can get through. And I will attack that, manifest my thing, and attack him with my soul blade.
Okay, -2 to hit due to the effects of the nebula storm.
Yeah.
Apply. Don't worry. Which I think you've still hit on. You've got a 6, so you've still hit, and you've still missed. So no change there.
Okay.
Okay, the mind flame is shaken. Perfectly reasonable. That gets us to Cernan.
Okay, Cernan is going to step through and start heading this way.
You're off Rusa.
Cernan will step to there and then throw a shard of bone at the Mind Flayer.
Okie dokie.
There we go.
I think you might have hurt him.
And that will be Cernan's turn.
Okay, so I'm going to. The Mind Flayer is going to spend one of his bennies and attempt to soak the damage.
Successfully. Bummer.
He
Oh well.
does. So basically, you throw a bone shard at him. Unfortunately, the wind just whips up and skitters it off before it could impale into the Mind Flayer's soft flesh. TK.
So TK is wondering if it's better to. Well, that's lame. I'll step in.
TK steps in.
Does going through a portal count as like traveling fast enough to pounce?
Going. Oh, I see what you mean. No, because you literally step through and just appear here. If that makes sense.
I would say if you started going through the portal at velocity, that momentum is carried out the back of the portal.
I would agree with that. So if you want to back up and run through the portal, I'll allow it.
Go
Yeah,
on.
absolutely. I'm gonna fucking Geronimo my
Rock
way
and
through
roll,
that
man.
thing.
I'm going to give Pla a Benny for a logical deduction. Okay,
Graciously accepted.
Yep. Okay. You basically rather everyone else is just standing around the portal, but TK backs up and then literally jumps through. What on earth does it think? Am I?
Oh, and that was the wrong one. I meant to frenzy it, by the way.
Well, you hit Trist as you go through. I'm ignoring that one, obviously. Okay, so basically you land attacking the Mind Flayer, hitting him. Roll for damage. You wound him. Spend a penny on that. Okay, that's 2 wounds. Hang on, no, it isn't. One was on Trist. So, are you re-rolling to do the? Actually, it doesn't make any difference. So I'm going to ignore the second attack, and then just roll on that. I'm afraid you basically as you come charging through, the wind whips you to one side, and your attack misses the Mind Flayer.
I don't hit him twice.
You hit Trist once and you hit him once. You
Why would I
targeted
hit Trist?
because you had it targeted.
Well, I didn't target Trist. That must have been left over from the. That would have been left over from the environmental protection thing.
Yeah, but you only get one attack. You only get. Oh no, you're frenzy. I apologize.
I have frenzy.
You had frenzy. I apologize. You were quite correct. I hadn't picked up on the frenzy. That is completely my mistake. Allow me to bribe you with a penny so you don't complain too loudly.
I wouldn't complain at all. I just was making. I was just
I,
confused.
I would just to get the Benny.
Always bribe the players when they're in the right and you're in the wrong. Okay, are you moving off the portal? Absolutely fine. Well, I'm burning through my bennies today. That brings us last, but no means least, to Trist.
Trist is going to gingerly step through the portal. So put me through the portal.
I will do so happily. There you go.
Right in front of her, and she's going to duck around, click, and go hide behind Cernan. And that still only takes my move. So then I'm going to take an action because it's like, oh, hell. I'm going to use my bow this time.
Okay.
Well, I hit it. It's hard to miss at that range.
I'm a bit more annoyed about is my global effect didn't work.
Spin and shoot!
That next time. So, although the arrow will whip it out, it's still a. Oh no, it's a miss. I'm afraid. Close combat. There's a -2 penalty due to the high winds of the nebula storm, but it didn't apply it. I don't know why it didn't.
Okay, well that's fine.
All right, let me just try that now. Let's see if it's. Yeah, okay. It's because I coded the nebula storm wrong. So, right. So, but my re-roll that I did on your behalf is successful, and therefore you did wound. You did actually wound the mind flayer, which is fine.
I'm gonna go hide behind Cernan.
Yes, you did. You did 10 points of damage to the mind flayer. You shook it. Right, new round. Let's see what happens on the new round. Now I've got all the mechanics out the way. Sorry about that.
You can go ahead and show my move.
I will accept your move. Okay, Nebula Storm. Roll.
Oh, and I got a Joker that time.
Oh, the pennies are going like clockwork. Ooh, okay. Bit disconcerting. Okay, at the start of your turn, basically strange gases billow over the platform area. At the start of your action, you need to make a vigor check or become fatigued till the end of your to the end of your next turn, basically. Does include
So at the start of my turn, I have to make a vigor check.
a bigger
right?
check. Yes, because basically the nebula storm's blown. The nebula storm's blown in strange gases that basically you don't have to. They seem to affect you, even though you know they're affecting you with contact to your skin. It's not a case of breathing them in. The vigor check to resist the hallucinogenic effects of them. You're absolutely
I
fine.
know we have the best vigor on the planet.
You certainly do.
And this time I'm going to go with a power.
Go for it.
Oh, lift my flute. I'm going to hit him with a blast.
Hit away.
How can a blast miss? With an AoE.
Arcane resistance does affect targeting. So
Dang.
So obviously, also being obviously the high winds of the storm do affect the cone. However, it's not a case that it misses. It basically, the mind flayer's arcane resistance just negates the magical damage as it's unaffected. Mind flayer 1 has initiative. Okay, dokie. Who's the most fun? I think I'm just going to mind blast Sargon. Which is a vigorous check at -2 or be stunned, I'm afraid, Sargon.
Okay. Let me double check. Okay.
Unfortunate.
I will Benny that.
Basically, you're lifted off your feet and blasted to the ground as you're hit by the full force of its mental attack. Right. Here. Okay. Okay, so this comet that basically got pulled in, as you get really close, unfortunately you notice it appears to have a face twist and it slams into you. to knock you off the platform. It might have hit you. Basically, literally just slams into the ground by you, causing, hitting you and the ground around you, and basically you're able to soak one of the wounds, and you manage to stay upon the platform, and then the thing literally just continues circling around. Interesting. Well, yeah, I'd say laughing manically, but there's no way
Well,
for you
I'm
to
gonna
see
try
it.
to. I'm gonna try to soak again. See if I can do better.
Certainly.
Like you said, gnomes have the best vigor.
Gnomes have the best vigor. You do get it. You do get a chance to do a free attack against a melee attack against it if you wish, as it flies off.
Melee.
Yeah.
Does Cernan with his spear get the same thing or not?
It did,
Well, I'm gonna,
technically didn't
because
engage
it
you.
caught me off guard. I'm just gonna swing at it with my rapier.
Go for it. When it comes back round and goes for you, Cernan, you probably could. That said, I think the murder comet got a good stonking there. It might not be around. Oh. In fact, actually, the murder comet basically slams into Trist, who it basically stabs it as it comes towards her, taking no damage and obviously skewering it.
That's what happens when you startle a gnome.
So that's Trist and Cernan. Okay. Unfortunately, though, it explodes. Which means that... do the one roll for every... Okay. That means Cernan and Trist and Pla and TK and the Mind Flayer are all hit as this as the murder comet explodes into shrapnel stones everywhere.
Is there an evade roll or no?
clang. Sorry, I'm done now.
Right, where were we? I need to... Okay, so that... I've lost... Where's the Mind Flayer? There's the Mind Flayer. Mind Flayer will... Okay, the Mind Flayer basically is able to hide behind the crystal from the explosive shrapnel, resulting in no damage to itself. Trist soaks one of the 3 wounds, so she'll take 2 wounds from the explosion. She wants to try again. Looks like TK is taking 2 wounds unless you soak. Avoid it. And R's taking 3 wounds. If you guys want to attempt to soak the damage.
No, that's as good as I'm gonna get. Gotta save my bennies.
Okie dokie.
Let me do some soaking here.
Okay, I'm going to apply 2 wounds to TK in a sec.
No, I wanted to soak. I was just waiting my turn.
Oh, just roll them, mate. Don't wait your turn. Just soak away, sir. I'll even click the button for you if you want.
I'm trying to find the button. Where is it?
Oh, let me play. I'll just hit the button. There you go. Bink. Okay, Pla, you take 1 wound, soaking 2 of them on a 9, unless you want to try again for you.
I want to find the button.
You drag and drop a Benny on the actual damage on your character on the combat tracker for you, I believe, or on your character sheet. You can open up your character sheet on the main tab sorry, on the traits tab, hold down the control button, and I think the select buttons have gone. Don't know what's happened to the
Oh, no,
select
that
buttons.
works. I see
Oh, okay. Okay, Cernan avoids all damage. CK takes 1 wound. And Pla takes... Oh,
Hey, I wasn't done yet.
Oh, go on then. Okay, you're going to be like that, are you?
Yeah, I
Mine-
spent conviction on this too. So
I just noticed. There you go. No damage, not shaken. Okay, Pla takes no damage.
Huzzah. Benny away. Cheers.
now someone needs to let the bennies flow because I just blew them all. But
Maybe someone will, who knows. Okay, there we go. Right, that's the end of that murder comment. You can see another one flying around out there. That was the end of the murder comment, which was... Triss taking 2 wounds. Mind Flayer acted. So that means we're on to Sargon. Who recovers from being stunned. He is now, but he is, however, distracted and prone.
I'll get up. If you'll move the prone.
I shall remove the prone.
All right. All right. I will add smite myself. Do I still have him targeted? No. So that combat. I will Benny that.
Hit with raise, hit with raise.
Does he survive that?
Let's find out. 3 wounds. He survives. Yeah, well, he's very badly injured as you cut him across with that first shot. He's taken 3 wounds, but he's still standing.
Just a minute. I need to double check something.
Just hit 94 degrees in here.
I hope you're enjoying that.
I'm up to 34C.
The other weapon hit. So there's the other attack. Should he survive?
EPU's at 141 degrees, so no wonder it's getting warmer in here. That's Fahrenheit. That's okay. That's the end of that mind flayer. You basically, with double slashes, you take out the mind flayer and he slumps to the ground.
All right. And then I'm moving pace 6.
Okay.
Oh crap. One.
Hey. With the line, basically with the loss of the mind flayer here, the winds that were whipping around this area stop.
Okay.
So the I shouldn't have called it nebula storm, but it was high winds anyway. Okie dokie, Mind Flayer number 5. Basically, over to TK. TK, you're up, sir. Basically, the Mind Flayer on this platform has been put down, but as you look around, you can see there are multiple other Mind Flayers on multiple platforms still continuing whatever the ritual is.
Okay, well, we probably need to break that ritual up, don't we?
That's what I assumed we were planning to do.
I figured you guys could take care of that one. I was headed this way. So you go that way and we'll all call it good.
Yeah, Trish gets around. She's going to retreat a bit because she got really badly bashed. Not a murder comment, but I'm still badly bashed.
So there are people up to the north, so we're looking at the one on the west, is that right?
I'm assuming there is a mind. Yeah, there's a Mind Flayer on. Oh, there's a couple of them over that way. But there's Mind Flayers on each pedestal.
There is. Okay, TK's going that way. Right, he's going to Alpha platform. Okay. Mind Flayer is channeling light from the nebula storm into a shielded crystal anchor. As you move, okay, first things first, you need to make a vigor check because it's the start of your turn to not be affected by the gas that's been summoned into the area. Which is successful. That was TK's, and that was farm making his, but it's TK's at the moment.
My bad.
That's okay. You're fine. Okay. So you're not affected by the gas. However, as you come barreling towards this area, basically, you don't. It does. It's only once you're sort of within the vicinity of the perimeter, you suddenly realise this whole area is blindingly bright. So actually, you need to make a second vigor check or be blinded. You're absolutely fine.
That's the first one.
Okie dokie. So you.
Oh, and that adds 2. It should be 21. Because it was my pounce.
Oh, your pounce, so you've got extra range, of course. Mind Flayer, 21 points of damage. Okay, well, he basically sees you coming and attempts to dodge the blow, barely able to. He voids, barely able to avoid the blow. He takes a considerable amount of damage and he's bleeding profusely. 2 wounds.
All right, and here comes, and I stabbed him twice with this Githka, so.
Yep.
Ouch.
Okay. Okay, he's in a very bad way, this Mind Flayer. He's obviously looking at you with great malevolence and so much malevolence.
I would suppose so. That's
So much malevolence, he's telling me I need to spend a penny. Move him up the combat tracker, which failed miserably.
He's even more malevolent now. Okay. Yeah, I figured fighting Mind Flayers is a good time to dump some conviction.
Okay, my player number 4 over there. That's fine. They're doing their ritual unless you interrupt them. Cernan, you're up, sir.
Well, Cernan is going to start by spending a conviction, just because he's like that. And next we are going to multi-action. Actually, let's move in first so that we can do our 2 little testies.
Bigger check
First is
first.
going to be for the breedy stuff.
Yep, you're
Did
fine.
anyone else hear that?
I have no idea what you're talking about. Cernan will then move up, make his vigor check for the light. Really?
Critical fail. Oh, damn. Okay.
With conviction, I got a critical fail.
Okay, I'm afraid. So you go charging in, and basically you're dazzled by the whole sphere of blinding light that's being sucked into this crystal. As you go charging in, convinced you know what you're doing, and suddenly you just can't see a thing. I mean, you're blind. Obviously, you can still give it a shot.
Well, that does change what I was going to do. You know what? I don't care. I'm still going to do it. We're going to multi-action. We're going to start by swinging this weighted net.
Okay.
And trying to entangle. Oops. Let's do this first. Let's target the mind flayer. There we go. And now I'm going to fling this net at the mind flayer.
Okay. Why didn't blind kick in?
It's not. I have him targeted, right?
Yeah, no. It's nothing you did. It's nothing you did wrong. It's obviously. -2 on site or -4 array. So multi-action minus. Okay, so I mean it's an area of effect, so maybe it's reasonable that you pulled it off anyway. But hang on, it didn't treat that as. I'll tell you what it is. It didn't treat it as an attack, did it?
No, it didn't.
I've seen that happen before with athletics rolls. Okay, which -2 makes it a 4, so I'm afraid you do miss. Oh, hang on, no, but it's parry against its defensive 4, so you do hit. So it's entangled, isn't it?
Yeah.
You caught it with, even in your blind state, you managed to catch it in the net.
And then
was your
with
second
what
action?
little eyesight I have left, I'm going to poke him with my stick.
Okay.
Oh, crying out loud! This conviction has cursed me.
Okie dokie. Well, I think what we've really got to do here is be really, really cruel, and actually have basically the situation is you throw the net. Obviously, you can't see what you're doing. You furl with the spear based on where you think it was. Unfortunately, you overextend yourself. You trip, and basically you roll off the platform. You find yourself bobbing in space.
Heavy sigh.
Ah! Right, mind flayer. I don't know what happened there. I must have clicked at the same time you did. I didn't mean to click. I was trying to click something else. Okay, so mind flayer did recover being shaken, so that's good. Well, in that case, I think I'm just going to have to mind blast the. I'm going to have to mind blast the eye cream that just skewered him repeatedly, which is successful. It's just straightforward vigor check, or you'll be stunned as it basically.
Straight figure, though, right?
Straight vigor. He didn't get the raise. You're stunned, I'm afraid.
I meant to do the conviction first. It was my bad, but anyway. If it doesn't count, it doesn't count.
Well,
I'm out of
well, well,
them,
well.
so.
I mean, you'll have the conviction to keep you going next turn. That's you know what I mean. Okay,
No,
murder
you're
comment number
stunning
2. I'm I'm studying you. I'm afraid. Oh, no, that's a mistake. That is not what will happen. What's happening over here? Gamma platform. Okay, the murder comet comes straight in to hit the mind flayer. Fails its agility check. Ooh, this could be messy. So it wouldn't have got that far. It would have got that one. 6 inches gets to there. She knows 5 inches, so it'd be one more in. Otherwise, I should have hit thingy with it. Can't do my sums. Basically, I'll get it right. It's that one and 5 inches out. So basically, there's like debris. There's crystals spinning around all through this area around the central point. As the murder comet flies into them, it basically fails its agility check and literally is impaled by hundreds of crystals. There's just even I know there's no sound, but if there was sound, you'd hear a detonation as it explodes. But from Sargon's point of view, all you see is this thing come flying in, get impelled by a load of crystals, and then just sort of implode upon itself.
Stupid comet.
Splat. That was that's 7's on Cernan. That means that mind flayer there doing anything. This mind flayer here is continue its ritual. Brings us to Pla.
Pla has a question about the crossbow of portals. Can I have multiple pairs of portals concurrent?
No. But when you choose to fire it, you can choose whether it's a red or blue portal.
Yeah, I'm with you.
So, I mean, obviously, with everyone here, you can potentially choose to fire the red portal if you want to.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Don't forget, it costs power points every time you fire a portal as well.
Yeah, charges in there. Okay. All right. I'm gonna go give some support to Sargon over here. And what's the range to Mind Flayer 3? Is that within? Excellent.
6 inches.
So we'll go to hurl my favorite fork at Mind Flayer 3.
Okay.
Just before I try, have you targeted for me?
You've got him targeted. Yep.
Excellent. Thank you. Hit with a raise. Unharmed, or I will Benny that.
It's a good hit, but it's not very good skewer. Oh, that's a good skewering. Okay. Yep, that hits the mind flayer.
Excellent.
It's going to be very upset.
I will rest on that. Thank you.
Okie dokie. That means it's the beginning of a new round, so the gas has dissipated. Let's see what happens this time. There is maybe the storm table. See what we get. We get a 2. Okay, gravitational anomaly occurs until the start of the next round. Everyone's speed is halved and everyone is distracted. obviously, whatever they're doing is obviously very bad. Oh, look, everyone got bennies as well. Whatever they're doing is definitely when it's causing this many issues. It's probably it's probably not something you want to let them to complete.
We didn't get bennies.
Shows. Oh no, it hasn't. It's still the last round. Sorry, I thought the combat had moved on. It's because people are on hold, so ignore me. I'm talking rubbish. Distracted. 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 Mind float is distracted already. Distracted. Distracted. Oh, he's distracted. New round. Oh, the bag. I see. I got it wrong. The bad guy's got bennies. Bad news for you lot.
Of course.
Okie dokie.
Got to keep an eye on this DM.
That brings us to Sargon. Right, so just ahead of you, in front of you, it is just a maelstrom of spinning crystals and everything. So it's an agility check to maneuver in that area without being hit by crystals. Yeah, just to dodge the big ones. The small ones will just bounce off your armor. You find one where you are at the moment.
All right. Okay, that probably. There's gravity here, though. You said, right?
The gravitational anomaly. So you have basically it's gravity's doubled, making everything harder. So you're distracted, and your pace has been halved for this turn only.
Okay. He's shaken, vulnerable. If I use deflection, would that give me a bonus on maneuvering through there?
Yes, I'll let you have a +2 bonus to your agility check. Yes.
Okay, so success, melee or attack. These guys haven't really been doing ranged attacks, so I think I'll just do the 2 points.
Apparently the bennies must flow, guys. So there you are. Have some bennies.
And that gives me.
Can I retro that to my stuff?
It was Rigger Raven.
All right. Oh, I forgot to add the +2. I should be
That's
fine
okay.
anyway.
You're fine anyway.
All right.
Let's see
And
you maneuvering.
targeted him. Targeted, yes. Okay. Powers, combat, and
Hit with raise and hit with raise. Yeah, unfortunately, these mind flayers basically primarily have to sort of carry on the ritual unless you attack them, and then they will defend themselves, which sucks for them.
hit with a raise. He's already distracted.
Is
So
indeed.
we'll throw vulnerable on him.
Spend the
Have
benny.
you played with any of those animated maps or tokens yet?
Not yet. This is all the old. This is all old school. What you've got on the screen right now.
No, I just was wondering.
Though funny enough, I was just toying with something.
Tested to see if I can do it through Unity.
I
don't
know
have
you were
an-
working on it, Michael. I didn't know if Dawes had tried it. Yeah. I messed with it a little. I've been more trying to convert the sound stuff over.
Yeah. I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm not sure that would really do anything to make it look any better, if I'm honest. No. I haven't really played around with the animation yet. Plus,
Sorry
Rich,
for being
you've got
such
to.
a slug this morning.
Oh, hello.
2 more wounds on the.
2 more wounds. Okay, so it soaked one of the 2 wounds on the first one, and then another 2 wounds upon it, which it fails. Therefore, you incapacitate it, and down it goes, causing all the crystals flying around to get sucked into the portal. And basically, there's no more flying crystals to cause any problems. I need to take Worthington off hold. However, he can't do anything because he hasn't. Anyway,
He's going to get through the portal.
yes, but the second he steps through the portal, he has 1 minute's worth of air. Unless TK retroactively spends another PowerPoint and we pretend you put environmental protection on Worthington all along. And Mortimer to 2 PowerPoints.
Shit, of course.
What I think Worthington will have to do is definitely pay you a penny, of course, though, to do it, don't you think?
Sure.
So I think you should be able
No
to pick up a
worries.
penny and drag it on TK.
That Worthington's not going to cost me 2 because he's a large creature, is he?
No, he's not. No, but you
That
know
was-
you know he's going
That
to.
was me. That was
Yeah.
TK body shaming him.
Yeah, but it's only 2 because it's him and his giant space hamster.
All right, I'll take another 2 off right now.
No problem at all. I shall deal in Worthington into the. Oh, I'll put him on hold. I'll deal him in, and then I'll give him the map.
Hey, who took my psionics thing away?
Take anything away, to my knowledge.
Oh goodness.
No, it had me down at 13 for some reason, and I hadn't spent any.
Oh goodness.
No worries. So I spent the PowerPoints.
Wonderful.
So the hamster and his buddy are both protected.
Okie dokie.
So where am I on the map?
You're not yet, but actually, technically, you're next. So, basically, what happens is you're still currently on the deck of the ship. Yeah, and in front of you is a 10-foot wide red portal. As soon as you step through it, as soon as you and Mortimer step through it, you'll appear on the blue portal.
Yep, Mortimer's gonna go. Mortimer's gonna do like the squirrel jump thing. Arms and legs akimbo.
There we go. So you are now, both of you are on the map. I think I forgot to turn on natural selection, so stacking bennies I think is a problem today, or it's broken. I'm not sure which. Let's scroll up. Did I turn it on? Natural selection is on.
So many updates. There's been so many updates.
Oh no! Now natural selection's working, so that's okay. We can stack you. There we go.
Okay.
Natural selection is working. So you and Mortimer step through the portal on your go. So basically, you're at the center of the nebula of Vermilion space, and mind flayers appear to be performing some sort of dark ritual. Currently, but whatever they're doing is affecting all sorts of things, and basically, at the moment, they've caused a gravitational anomaly. Therefore, all pace is halved this round, and you start the round distracted due to the fact that gravity's just suddenly doubled. So that you know.
Oh, well, that's mean of it.
Afraid so. So I'm afraid you get to move 5 inches rather than the full 9. I'm afraid. Grid shouldn't be on, so you should be able to move a bit more freely. But stopping there.
Well, I can only move 5 inches, right?
Yeah, exactly. That's why I was asking, because obviously, I just said because I'm. Anyway.
Right. And then, let's do. I wish I knew. I wish I could just throw up an aura. but I can't. So I've got 10 inches though. So
10 inches.
that's great. So everybody except for Cernan, it looks like.
Yeah.
And so what I'm going to do is I am going to use Battle Herald and do Inspiring Command.
Mhm.
And let's give everybody a toughness of +2.
Targeting Sargon, Trist, TK, and of course Mortimer. It's it.
It's under powers. Damn it. Hang on.
You've got to click the actual. That's fine. No, activating it is useful. And then, yep, there we go.
All right. And that
Excellent.
lasts for 5 rounds.
Yeah, it's all nicely because we've set it up as a power effect. It works
Yep.
beautifully. TK is up next.
Okay,
Obviously,
now somehow the conviction I spent in retro expired.
fine. There you go.
There it is. Now am I stunned?
No, you made your roll, didn't you?
I don't know how I got blown back though. See that? I was right next to him because I was in. That's fine. You can give it to me because what I'll do is I'll take 2 steps back and run and pounce on this guy. No, yeah. If I was there, I don't
Yeah.
know how. I would have taken 2 extra steps back.
No,
'cause
I
it's
thought
gotta
you. Yeah, that's I don't know why the movement ended you at 2 steps early, but don't worry about it. Go. You pounced
Yeah.
last turn, didn't you? So you can't pounce this time.
Why not?
Oh well, hang on, is he shaken? Because you can take 2 steps back, but he will get a free attack on you.
Well, that's what I was asking. You had me 2 steps back somehow another way. Did I get blown back and I
No,
didn't
no,
know
no,
it?
no, no. I don't know why you were 2 steps back.
Okay, fair enough. I was just asking because
Yep, that's fine.
last I knew, I was standing there impaling him with my Githka.
Yeah.
That's all. I was just asking.
Let's go. I thought it had reach and you were doing it from range rather than being adjacent. So I didn't question the fact you were 2 steps back at the time.
So why are
I
people
was
distracted?
I moved
Is it
him right there. I don't know what the hell
The
happened.
gravitational anomaly.
Anyway. Lol. There you go. Penny to the DM. Okay. That should be a raise, right? No.
Yeah, it's, hang on, I didn't see the
Damn it.
Yep, that's hit
Should've
with
moved my
raise.
banner.
All right, there's the first damage.
4 wounds. I think he might be a bit in trouble here. I think Mind Player 2's got 2 bennies left. Let's see what he can do. Not a lot. Not with that. He's got 1 left. I will spend it because it will incapacitate him otherwise. He's gone. He is. And okay, with that, the blinding light flashes out of existence. And he goes. From where you are, you obviously you've still got you obviously declared a multi-action and everything. So you haven't actually needed to do it yet. From where you are, you can see that Cernan is basically bobbing out in space.
Cernan has wings. Don't worry about him.
Oh, of course he's.
Cernan can do a slingshot around the gravitational anomaly.
I don't think your wings will help you.
Well,
to be
it
honest.
wasn't a multi-action. It was just the
I know, yeah.
frenzy.
Oh, frenzy attack. Don't worry about it. Okie dokie. That brings.
So let me
Yep,
just.
go for it. You can move still.
I'm just going to move there to get out of any kind of stupidity sight range that the mind flayer's got.
Okie dokie.
You are doing a great job with these maps, though, dude. They look good.
Oh, I can't take credit for the maps. They all from a place called Angela's Maps. She made the maps for. Actually, this one isn't.
You're just adding the effects to maps
I'm
that
adding the
already
effects on.
exist?
Yes, actually, this map isn't from Angela's Maps. This is a side quest that someone wrote to add in. I'll have to get it. This map is actually from a side quest. Credits. Who did it?
It looks good.
Dungeon A Art. Apparently, Augusta and Elizondo. Anyway,
Take the credit.
Elizondo is a reference to Baldur's Gate, right?
I think so.
The game.
Yes.
The wise Alonzo.
You can delete that movement, buddy. I'm sorry. I just wanted to see how far it was.
Well, that brings us to Mind Flayer 5, who is continuing his ritual up to the north there, which brings us to Cernan. I don't think you can use your wings.
Well, isn't there wind and stuff buffeting around? I mean, I know there's no quote-unquote atmosphere, but weren't we talking about how there's things blowing around, or was that all just magical blowing?
I think it's magical blowing. If that, I know it sounds because you know, basically, I don't know. Well, I'm in two minds because I agree. It keeps describing all these high winds and everything, but at the same time, it says once you fall overboard. So because there's no air, is there? This is what I mean. So it's a strange one.
I mean, I don't have a problem. I'm still at half speed because of the fact that it's only kind of air.
Yeah. Oh, what the hell! You've got wings. I'm not going. You finally get to use them. And as you say, there is wind blowing around. So with an athletics check, you can steer yourself back onto the platform.
Okay. First question:
Yes.
Should I have rolled for my blindness last turn?
End
of turn recovery.
No, it's automatic. It will automatically end at the end of this turn. It's one of those types. It's
Okay.
not, yeah.
Okay. One of those kind of blindnesses. Okay. So there's my flight back. And I will fly to here. And distance 14. I think that's beyond. Doop. Yeah, I ain't that smart.
Yeah, and Pegasus give you an assist.
About asphyxiating. He's on the ship off the map, isn't he?
Okay, and then I'm going to cast a double range stun at number 4.
Okay, double range. Okay, I'll accept your move. You're going to mind blast the mind player. I like it.
Oh, yes, of course. Vigor roll at -2 because of the raise.
Okie dokie.
Oh no.
Really? Really?
Oh no.
Fine.
Well, I suppose it is a mind player.
Yeah. Whatever. Okay, that's me. This conviction did me no good. If anything, it cursed me.
So he
Uh,
had too many pieces of flair on.
Don't waste a Benny renewing it. I'm
Yeah,
still
no, I'm not.
shaking, so I'm gonna spend a Benny to unshake.
Okay.
Still pretty badly damaged. I got a potion of healing in my inventory, but it doesn't say whether it's major or minor. It
Wait,
does say it
wait.
was
Before you spend a Benny, you get a +1 to recovering from shake.
Ah. Okay. I'll give you your Benny back.
Give me my Benny back. And then
I want my Benny back ribs.
take a look at this potion of healing in my inventory. Tell me whether it's major or minor.
Odds are even.
Odd.
Roll a dice.
Which D4?
I don't mind. If you pick a dice, you picked odds. So if you roll any dice you like, and if you get odds, it's a potion of major healing. If it's even, it's a potion of minor healing. Only because if I forgot to put down what it was, I think this is a fun way to decide. It's a potion of major healing.
Well,
So
I'm gonna spend that, and that takes
heals
off
you.
my 2 wounds.
It does.
And then I'm going to go and I'm going to move around to get behind Worthington because this place sucks.
It does indeed. Your
I want
maximum.
behind somebody that's big
is-
enough to like block anything trying to kill me now.
Yep. You'll get that far.
I
because
killed
of
the
the
damn
gravity element.
the murder comment, but boy did I pay for that.
You did. Unfortunately, you did. Pla, you're up, sir.
Alrighty. Pilar is going to advance 6.
Don't forget, pace is halved due to the gravitational anomaly this round. You can run if you want to.
Right, we'll just go that 3
Okay.
and summon Pegasus. Oh, sorry, just remind me, how are we doing for atmosphere in here right now? If I bring Pegasus over there, any like complications?
He'll be dead in a minute.
Okay, Pegasus stays. Right, and everyone else is keeping alive with a charm of some description.
Yes, everyone else basically has magical environmental protection. Because this is total vacuum. This area, there's no atmosphere.
Gotcha. Okay.
So in fact, as I say, the whole fight is eerily silent because there's no air.
I'm going to change my mind. I am going to run.
Okay. Well, that run die. That gets you another 2 inches.
So I moved 3 already. There you go.
Yep. Some nice
Right.
items. You'll round up on your runs. Okay, new round. So I'm going to see what I'm going to minimize that. I'm going to close that. I'm going to roll on the case of the gravitation. Oh no, really? No, we've had that one. I don't want that. Let's change that. I want another couple of murder comets.
Because they tried to kill me.
Okay. Well, I think that's okay. Oh, hang on. No one's. No, you're blind.
Vernon is blind.
It would go at the end of his turn, so it's actually gone at the start of the new turn, which is okay. I don't think anyone's going to be afflicted by that. No one's prone, blind, or invisible. So no one's this round. No one's
blind.
Pardon?
Oh, no,
You should-
he's not blind.
Blind.
He's not. I should have removed it. It was non-permanent. So okay. So reality warps, but it doesn't actually affect any of you, which is useful, isn't it? I think across double PowerPoints, I think I'm going to return the favour, Cernan, from that Mind Flayer.
Okay.
So that's a vigor check at -2, I'm afraid. As he literally turns around and sort of decides to show you how it should be done. The dice hate you
Fine.
today, sir.
Fine. Yes, they do. Yes, yes. Cernan is full and truly hated.
Unfortunately, that would have caused you to swap. You know what, actually? I think I just realised how to make it more interesting. Okay. As certain as you're not prone, you and TK swap places.
And now TK is stunned and not me.
Wait, what?
Right, so. It's unfair. I like it. I love it.
What the? How did that happen?
Reality's re-warped around you. It's whatever the fine players are doing. It's the ritual they're doing. So basically,
Is that
Cernan gets.
goddamn hamster.
I don't think it was the hamster, no.
It's a goddamn hamster again because he's mad at me for fat shaming him.
Okay.
You should stop.
Oh, goodness me. So wait,
No
so I'm
one-
stunned?
You're stunned, yeah. Cernan was hit, but because you were the closest to Cernan, what actually happens is it swaps. That's evil.
So
How
good
did
thing you didn't
Cernan
change
even
places
get
with the
over you?
hamster, because
Oh,
then I would be
for-
sitting on top of you.
Oh, for God's sake. Okay. Concerning. All right.
So I'm afraid for this whole round, it's reality is warped, and basically any effects swap
And
the next nearest.
do I get any kind of an evasion roll for that or a save?
No. But of course, at the start of your turn, you get an automatic chance to recover as per the rules.
It's a little bit concerning.
Oh, Benny time for the rest of us.
Anyway, it's Worthington, Pettigrew, Trundlefoot, the Fourths go.
Oh, did we not? Okay.
So the gravitational anomalies are gone, so pace is back to normal.
Oh,
Better
wonderful.
come and help me.
But it's reality warping now
What do you
instead.
need help with?
He's prone and stunned.
Stunned, I can fix. I wave my little banner. I think. What does that do? No, that's just distracted and vulnerable.
Yeah, and he's just out of range from there as well. Anyway, I shall remove that effect. Targeting, rather.
My buddy.
All right. Let's see. What else can I do this round? Since I'm not going to be able to.
You can gallop now.
I can do a challenge, but nobody's within fighting range.
Certainly can gallop. There's no half pace anymore. Where do you wish to go?
Plus 2 bonus on fighting rolls. Okay, that's not what I want to do. Okay, so I'll wait to do that. And let's go 10.
Hey ho, hamster away.
All right.
You.
Biggity sweeterty, I'm coming for that player booty. All right, and then, oh, why not? Do I think that what does challenge do? What's the range on that? Oh, it doesn't matter. So I'm going to challenge him. So everybody would get a +2 fighting till the end of the round.
Mind Flayer 6.
Yeah.
Mind Flayer 6. Attack. 2. 1 round. There we go. Okay. Everyone gets a +2 to attack Mind Flayer number 6 until the end of the round.
All right.
Stargun, you're up, sir.
Okay. I am.
Oh, distracted.
Speed is
So let me get rid of
right? Speed is halved currently, right?
that. Speed is no longer halved.
Oh, okay.
It is now that was last round. Now it's the effect anomalies, which means it gets interesting if you do things that affect people.
Okay.
By strikes if you're wrong.
I'm going to leave as I start not really running, but just but moving at them. I will start leaving after images as if I kick off speed with quickness.
Okay.
Which reminds me, I'm still have conviction, right?
Do?
Yes. It did not prompt it for me though, for some reason.
I'm not sure why it didn't, but you don't only need to spend a penny if you want to keep it going at the end of this turn, don't you?
Yeah, but it usually prompts you at the beginning of your turn. So I'm multi-actioning 3 times. With quickness, my speed is doubled, so that's only half my movement. And
Or the it's pretty important for the Cavalier to go first.
from there,
Very useful.
It's only last a round.
I will do Blade Storm and hit those 3.
Okie dokie.
Boosting for armor penetration and damage.
Okie dokie.
Do I have a target? I do not have someone targeted. There we go. 6, 5, and Arcanist. Yes. Okay. So should only be a -2.
Car's overheated and disconnected. Okay, their magical resistances. Mind you, hang on. Arcane resistance, close range. Target number should be 4. So as far as I'm concerned, the one that you're base to base with is an area of effect attack, so that isn't necessarily right. I think you've got number 6. His defense is 4.
I will Benny that and try.
Move you back a bit so it doesn't count it as parry. There you
There
go. Okay, hit with a raise, and hit with a raise. Roll that damage.
All right. First roll.
2 wounds upon the Mind Flayer Arcanist.
Second roll. Ooh.
4 wounds on Mind Flayer 5.
Third roll.
Oh, single wound on the Mind Flayer in front of you. Okay. Mind Flayer Arcanist is going to make a soak. Oh, and he soaks one. He only soaks one of the wounds. Therefore, wounded and shaken. Mind Flayer 5 will be incapacitated unless he soaks one of the wounds and is standing there very damaged. And Mind Flayer 6 soaks all the damage.
Okay.
Still,
Now,
good use of Benny reductions.
combat. All right.
Ooh. 94.5 degrees.
Ouch. Indoors.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's where I'm sitting right now is 94.5 degrees. It's my graphics card, isn't it? It's chucking out heat.
Target those, leaving only 6. All right, now I start change my as I was moving up. I changed my soul knife into 2 blades.
Okay.
And I am moving into number 6. Gets 2 attacks.
Okay.
2 hits with a raise. So the first damage.
Four wounds. Second one.
And the second damage.
4 wounds and 4 wounds. Oh, got 3 bennies. Let's see how we do. And okay, so spend the last penny on that one. Net result is he's gone. Splat. Especially with that crit fail, which means he couldn't negate. He fails to negate 4 wounds, so he's down.
All right, so I'll use more movement since I have 12 movement at the moment. I will get up onto that Arcanist and use my last action to attack him.
The Arcanist is chanting in Undercommon while pouring a viscous, briny fluid in an endless stream from a glass crystal. As you hit him with a raise. Put him down and gets very injured. That's a hit with a raise.
So damage, and I think I want to make him distracted.
Okie dokie. You want to make him distracted. Okay, right. You and him swap places, and you are distracted. Because of the warping factor. However, if he doesn't soak this...
I also took him out of this place of...
I know. This means you've ruined the ritual anyway. So he doesn't die, but you've ruined the ritual. So that causes a few things to happen.
And just to be clear, I was using my hindrance of overconfident and saying, I can take this.
Okay, so he doesn't take the damage. The net result is you and him swap places as you distract yourself through reasons you're not entirely certain what happened there, but unfortunately that's the warping. Okay. As the ritual falls out of sync, the whole gate shudders, the storm freezes, the light of the crystal anchor surges and gutters sporadically as their gel-like shields collapse. Instead of going dark, lingering power rushes unsteadily along the bridges, electrifying the gate segment by segment, until the circuit connects and the space between them tears away, replaced with a hollow, howling void as black as ink. The wormhole remains open, but no longer controlled. The remaining mind flayers shout in terror and turn to flee. One stops to hiss at you across the quivering void, swearing vengeance and doom, before rudely being interrupted by a massive tentacle lashing down out of the blackness and crushing it whole.
I use one of the rare curse words of the Celestial back at him.
Emerging from the gate is a colossal abomination, its limbs yawning wide with too many mouths, staring with too many eyes. It grasps and gibbers, it swallows as it attempts to pull its way into this system. Okay. Okay. I just...
Come into me.
What a handsome boy.
Indeed.
Calamari, anyone?
Reactions, move.
It's the gravitational effect. The gravitational effects on there makes it bigger than it actually is. Okay, so basically this thing's coming through a tear in time and space. Okay, where were we? That was TK.
Great, an old one.
Yeah, he needs to take the long way around. Like the
Mind
rest of
Flayer
us.
remains shaken, but he's going to move his pace anyway. He'll get to. Oh no, he's wounded. He'll get to there. Cernan.
I don't think my stick can poke him hard enough.
Okay, arcane.
Occult knowledge. Occult check.
Occult check. Yeah. You're all doomed. It's going to consume the entire universe.
Game over, man. Game over.
The only thing you can do. The only thing you can do is get to that blue portal and fly away as quick as you can and get as far away and just live the rest. Hope you can live the rest of your life before it consumes the whole universe.
Before it gets to me, yeah.
Oh well.
Yeah. Yeah. Cernan is going to run. So let's start by going to there.
Ooh.
Oh my God, we're all gonna die. We're all gonna die. Cernan is going to run to there.
Yeah, that's a good point.
And
It might cause fear, mightn't it? Yes, actually, yes, it does. Everyone. Oh no! You don't make the fair checks. It actually has. It doesn't cause. It actually whispers to you, and then you basically make a terror check, which is also known as a good chance to roll on the heart attack table.
Well, wait a sec.
Excellent.
Wait a sec. I can relieve them of that fear. Let me figure out.
That's okay. It doesn't cause
banner.
it. Yeah, it doesn't cause fear. By its very nature, other than the fact you look at it and go, well, that's very big, but it has a mental attack that can cause terror.
Okay.
So
As long as the Warriors banner is clearly visible, all allies within 10 yards get a free reroll on fear checks.
that's useful to know. Bear that one in mind. Okay, Cernan's running.
okay, yeah, that's all Cernan's doing this round.
Triss, you likewise get a chance to make an occult check, or an arcane background check, or a smarts check at -2. Yeah, just leave. Just leave.
Well, because I've been playing around here, and on my inventory sheet, you remember the lady that we let go, but before she left, she gave us something that might help us win.
The ring of shooting stars.
Yes. Now it says it recharges 6 charges a day.
Yeah.
Okay. And I can expend up to 3 charges for an action.
Okay.
So can I use 3 charges against the cosmic horror thing before I dive through the portal?
Go.
Okay, so
Can I kick it?
what do I have to roll here? Because I put it on my power.
Yes, you can.
Spellcasting.
Then I'm gone.
Don't forget, it should be pointed out this thing just splattered and mind flyer over there, so it can attack all of you.
So, well, the thing being is that I'm going to. I hit it with 3 of the. That's going to use up 3 charges for today.
Yep.
So I just roll the attack 3 times. Now the attack says you can spend blah blah blah. 3d6 damage. Is that right?
The ring has 6 charges. The ring regains 1d6 charges daily at dawn. Once free charges is an action. For every charge you expend, you launch a glowing mote of light. Each attack emanating from that point shatters parts. But yeah, so basically you're firing 3d6 blasts at the that should be.
Okay, then, and I've already set that up on my power sheet, so
Nice.
let me.
Okay, first one doesn't hurt it. Second one doesn't hurt it. And the third one doesn't hurt it.
Can I Benny one of those?
You can Benny
Well,
up.
wait. Do you not get raises on all 3?
Yeah, I should have got raises on them.
Actually, that's a good point. Hold far. Mind you, 7 plus there's 9, so no. And here we go. The last one. 23 points of damage.
What?
So I'm gonna re-roll one of them, and it's with the raise.
Okay, so the last one, because it's 10 plus a 13 is 23. So the last one shakes it. Re-roll one of them with a raise.
And now I'm gonna dive back. Love you guys, and dive back through the portal.
Okay, you dive back through the portal. I'll put you on. I won't put you on hold, but I'll take you off the map. As you disappear through the portal and reappear back on the ship.
Because if that didn't kill it, I don't think we can.
They're not requesting interrupt, they're just coming in. Okay, that brings us to Blah.
In one mind, well, I really want to put a portal in its mouth and then put its, tentacle through another portal to come out of its mouth. But that's going to mess with our escape.
Make a smarts check. -2.
A smarts check at -2.
No idea. Just this thing's bloody huge. It's bloody scary.
Benny that shit.
It's not fully through yet. It's literally all it's coming through at the moment are its tentacles, but you can see it pulling itself through the
I
portal.
don't know nothing about birthing the
roll
tentacle
again.
horrors.
Sorry?
Is the
Anyway,
cluelessness putting off the rolls?
Oh, you've got this as well. I mean, at -4. Oh no, that's common knowledge. You're fine. No, you've got no idea.
We lost Sargon.
It seemed to
I know.
disappear.
Oh, he's buggered off.
I think everyone's. Well, actually, I don't know why he's buggered off. I didn't see anything.
Trying that smarts one more try. Oh, bloody hell.
Getting worse.
Yeah.
Can he spend a point of conviction?
PC crash trying to reboot. I just found
Oh,
the text.
Gotcha.
Okay. Anyway, you can act freely. Those are just free rolls. That was just, because these smart, clever, magical people have just gone and run, which is probably sensible. But anyway,
it does
So-
feel like evacuating is the wiser idea.
If you had used the portal to get rid of that thing, and then use the portal again for our escape, Wouldn't the portals that sent the guy away be gone?
But where can he send it to? All he can do is line of sight type shooting.
And
It would still be
portals are only 10
way
foot
too
wide.
close.
Portals
No,
are 10
but
foot
I'm
by
not-
10 foot and can't be fired against. I think it's got to be against inanimate objects.
Yeah, so these sort of rocks, this debris in the periphery, how close is that? What's the perspective on that? Could I, if we could get one of those moving into a portal that I've created on the side of, let's say, one of these 5 platforms, and we can get that comet moving at velocity through that porthole to come out of another porthole at the cosmic horror, but I have no idea, like, are those
Yep,
massive
nuke it from
comets
orbit.
which
It's
are
the only way to be sure.
yeah, orbital strike. That's but how do we get those comets moving at a good velocity?
Well, the cosmic horror would say no comment.
Right. In that case, are we all in agreement that we're going to lose temporarily the way back to the ship? So we're going to be stranded here for a while.
Not me. I'm already.
Yeah, Tris, you're gonna take care of the ship, get in the ballista.
Maybe we retreat. I don't know.
Because we either try sending a boulder through this thing's beak. I think that's what crayfish and no, not crayfish. Cuttlefish have their beaks, or we bail back to the ship.
Bail back to the ship. That's the smart thing to do. Listen to the gnome.
We took care of a couple of the mind flayers. Maybe we just retreat.
Cool. I'm booking it. I am going to run. Stumble.
Lol.
But is that literally one?
Well, you can spend a penny if you want to reroll.
Yes.
My
friend.
house rule on allowing rerolls.
Wait a sec. Before you do that, anyone with inside of my banner gets a free reroll on their run die.
Oh, wow.
Nice.
There they are. You don't need to spend a penny
That
to get a free
is
roll.
awesome.
So you'll have
Try
to,
that
yeah.
again. Oh, come on.
Oh, dude. Well, I can't help you if you're going to do that.
It's one
Did
Benny.
you just get a 1 again?
Yes, he did.
Mine was -2 penalty to all actions. What is that? Oh, when running. Okay, I got it. I do need to lose a Benny though.
That's way better.
That's better.
Take a Benny away from me for that, and that is going to be moving 12, right?
Just drop and drag it in the window.
Boom.
So let me get this straight. You're going to jump off at this point. Is that what you're doing?
Nope.
Okay, so you dive back through the portal. This gets really interesting. Okay.
Oh, the not gnome's almost as smart as a gnome.
Okay.
I wouldn't give it that much credit. Still clueless.
New round. Sudden is first.
Okay, well, just before Cern leaves, he saw Triss do some blasty things, so Cernan is going to do the same thing. We're going to do a burst line, basically that.
Yep. Certainly. Is you targeting the cosmic horror?
And let's see, let's add everything to it. We're going to do maximum armor piercing. We're going to up the damage. We're going to throw on fatigue. We're going to throw on glow. can't do greater burst yet. Let's make it a heavy weapon. Let's go ahead and throw in the hinder, lingering damage. We're going to just throw it all on there.
Okie dokie. How many power points are you about to spend on the critical failure? Only one power point. No, if you critically fail, you spend the cost, don't you? Only if you fail, you spend the one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, you hit with a raise.
Ooh, very nice. Keep going.
Yes,
Keep going.
keep
Oh,
going.
that's acceptable.
Oh, wounds.
Wow.
Oh. What AP did you say you were doing?
AP 6.
Because it does. Oh, it doesn't have armor. Actually, funnily enough,
Okay.
I was about to
I didn't
obviously
know
increase
that.
the
I
damage.
didn't know
No,
that. So I
I
was
don't.
throwing
No,
it-
that's fine. That's absolutely fine. Obviously, I'm going to spend a penny to try and soak some of that damage.
Damn it.
Okay. Now the question is, does the
soak both of them?
fatigue, the glow, and the hinder still affect
Yes.
him?
Yes, it does.
Okay. In which case, so does the lingering damage.
Yes, indeed. Yeah, I agree. Lingering damage, and you got a raise, didn't you? So that's
I did.
4d4 AP6. Not that it matters, but you know what I mean.
And I spent all 15 of my PowerPoints on that,
Okay.
just to let you know.
Well, if you're really lucky, because I forgot to. If you're really lucky, I'll roll a 20. No. Don't worry, I'm not going to apply that. If I got a 20, then you'd
Okay.
have got 2d6 power points back, but alas, you didn't. So that's fine. Okay, so you do that, and then
Okay.
I assume you're running for the portal.
And oh yeah, we're at it. Well, do I saw that it kind of affected him.
Oh, it certainly did.
presume?
Yeah, it certainly did affect him.
Okay. So
I
would like to.
actually, I will give you the chance to make another occult check because you did hurt it. I had to spend a penny. What are you thinking? At least you didn't critically fail, so you can Benny it if you want.
Well,
I don't
just
know.
got
Spend a penny
everybody
for the crit.
Joker.
Wait. Maybe I actually got something.
You did. You spent another penny. Okay, so
I just got everybody a Benny, I think, didn't I?
did you
Yes.
did you just get
Yes.
yourself a Joker?
Yeah, but did
Yes,
you
you did.
see the line of cards I drew before then?
5, 5, 6. Okie dokie. So, I've lost it. There was something about this. Basically, what you realise is obviously until it comes through the wormhole, if you can close the wormhole, then obviously the thing can't get through. And it suddenly occurs to you that what you've got two choices, Cernan. You could either destroy the crystal anchors to close the gate and collapse the wormhole, or you could which basically would basically, however, possibly have consequences, or you could attempt to stabilize the wormhole by gaining control of the 4 crystal anchors and shifting the wormhole away from this plane of existence, thereby closing the gate here. But you know what I mean?
Right. I presume I have a way of taking control of the.
Well, you think you reckon it's a case of mentally connecting with the crystal, and then basically manipulating the channeled energies, which either would be smarts checks or arcane background checks for characters.
Okay.
Or you
In
could
which
just
case,
destroy the crystals.
Cern's going to kind of slide to a stop right here, kind of up against this thing,
Yep.
and yell out. Do we destroy the crystals and cross our fingers, or do we try to take control and send this thing away? And actually, nobody would understand that because I would be saying it in Abyssal.
Mystic crystal revelation.
But it's submit list.
So
Okie dokie. Obviously, TK, you got the Joker. You're on hold. You can interrupt at any time. Mind Flayer number 5 is going to continue running.
Okay, so I'm trying to see, did he, are we trying now to do this thing, or are we I'm confused. Did I have noticed?
well, you saw Cernan running at a dead run towards the portal, and then after he shot that blast, he kind of slid to a stop, leaning against this crystal, and then he points at it and points at the other one, saying something, but you're not sure what he means.
I can't maintain it. So it's got.
That's fine. Yeah, you got to let it go. That's fine.
I can redo it, but why can't I ditch it?
Oh, you want me to dish it? There you go.
Yep. It's supposed to go at the beginning of the turn,
Fair enough.
technically.
Technically. Just most things go at the end of the turn in Savage World, so of course that's how the rule. That's how Fantasy Grounds has been programmed to support it.
Yeah. All right. Can I make a smarts check as well?
Yep.
So I'm trying to spend conviction.
You drag conviction and just drop it in the chat window. Don't need to spend conviction.
Yeah, it's not going. There we go.
But you know what happens to other people who have been using conviction today?
Yeah.
Been giving them an extra dice to roll a 1 on.
Right. And then it's smarts -2.
Yeah, afraid so.
Here goes nothing.
Oh, well, obviously, you obviously don't think in so much of the sort of esoteric ways that Cernan came to the conclusion, but it occurs to you that these crystals, well, the Mind Flayers were doing things to these crystals that basically appeared to be opening this portal. So maybe there's a way to close the portal, or maybe you should just destroy the crystals.
And I look over at Cernan. What does he appear to be doing?
He used to be running towards one of the crystals because it's almost simultaneous, isn't it? So I imagine he's He literally
So
stopped.
he's not leaving?
He blasted at the cosmic horror, and then you suddenly sort of saw he stopped as if in fault for a second, blabbled something that one, none of you can understand because of the language, and two, technically speaking, none of you should have heard because you're in a vacuum. But I'm ignoring that for the moment. And then runs to the crystal. Oh, maybe he was running to the portal and then looked at the crystal and stopped, and he's probably staring at the crystal right now, I would say.
Right, but we can't communicate with anybody anyway.
No, I'm not going. You've all got
It's
air
magic.
around
Don't
you.
worry
It's
about
magic. It's magic. You've got air around you, haven't you? You're able to breathe in a vacuum. Although there is no logical reason how you can communicate with each other, it's magic. A wizard did it.
All right. Well, fair enough then. I'm going to say, take control of the crystals. We have enough people here left. If one more person leaves, I'm going to have to smash them all.
Okie doke. Gets us to Pla. Pla, you're
Well,
back on the...
wait a sec.
sorry.
Wait a sec. Do I have an action left?
Oh, of course,
where
you've
I
still
can
got an
take
action. I
control of the crystal?
apologise. Do apologise. Your conviction is not expiring. I apologise. So you can move to the crystal. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, and then I'm going to take control of it. What is that?
Okay, that would be a smart for you. I'm afraid it's a smarts check at -2 again.
Damn it. Oh, to be smarter. Yeah. Maybe. All right, here goes nothing.
Okay, you basically start sort of touch the crystal and just basically start just concentrating. Eventually, you realise you've made mental contact with the crystal. You understand that the portal can be shifted if all the other crystals are similarly channeled and simultaneously redirected. So basically, you've connected to this crystal, and therefore, obviously, you've got to stay attuned to it. You don't have to roll again because you've already attuned.
Does it have to be a place we all know?
You also know that to redirect the portal's destination, each character must picture an interplanar location. You don't need to choose the same location. That's the purpose, is to break the connection to the prime material plane.
Okay, because do we know of the Mind Flayer homeworld?
You don't. You don't. But at the end of the day, all you need to do is just think about.
Do we know where the elves live? The astral elves?
That's not that kind of
Yeah,
planet.
yeah. We don't want it on the prime material plane. We don't want this thing on the prime material plane where the astral elves are.
Okay.
We want to send it somewhere else.
Boo. All right, that's what I'm picturing someplace else then. Sorry.
Yeah, that's absolutely fine. You do not. Also, you do not need to remain in physical contact with the crystal, but you do know that you can't move too far away from it. And likewise, maintaining basically, maintaining it means you can perform other actions, but obviously, if you lose consciousness, it's gone. And maintaining connection, which is what I'm going to put.
Can I do more than one crystal?
No.
All right, fair enough.
Well, you possibly could try it, but it's probably a bit. No, you can't, because the crystals are too far away from each other. You can't leave that square you're on.
Gotcha.
However, you do basically you can perform other actions as long as you don't lose consciousness. However, the act of having to, there's a part of you have to focus on maintaining it. So maintaining the connection applies a -1 to all trait rolls. If you're doing anything other than maintaining the connection, is what I'm trying to say.
Right.
Brings us to Pla. Pla, you're back safely on the ship, and you can see the others don't appear to be following you and you're running anymore. Well, the others haven't made it yet. What do you want to do?
Could you share the ship map with me, please? I suspect either getting the ship ready to come alongside and fetch buddies, or maneuver to get the ballista lined up.
You're pretty sure that coming alongside is the wrong thing to do.
Thank you, intuition.
Yes.
In that case, if I remember correctly, the ballista was rear-facing on the vessel.
It was.
Okay, so then pointing the vessel to hightail it away from this thing, but having the ballista pointing at it.
I don't actually appear to have an actual map of the ship. I mean, actually, I do have deck plans, so I'll give you the deck plans, but that's okay. The ship's off. Okay, no problem. The ship's a fair way out, but we'll hope that I can bring it in a bit closer if need be. But yeah, we'll say next round we'll maneuver it. So what we'll do is we'll put you, for sake, in the very far corner of the map, just over there, as if you're on the ship next to. And target it, and then I need to go. It's the second wind, isn't it? Or is it the other one? Ship's muddled up.
So do I spend a bending now to maintain conviction? Is that right?
No. You spend the conviction. You basically get conviction for one round, and it ends at the end of the following round. However, you can then spend conviction to maintain it after that.
Okay.
Yeah, it is the second wind. So there's second wind on there. It's, in combat terms, I just need to put R. Then where's Plag on? It's all a bit messy. I put unlock that. R on mount list. Mount him on the. I don't know what's going on. We'll worry about that next time. Don't forget, TK, you're on hold. You can interrupt at any time. That gets us down to Sargon.
I'm just trying to wait and see what actually what's happening. I'm assessing the situation, and then I will behave accordingly.
Okay.
I need Sargon. I need you actually to. No, hang on. No, I have to remember. You need to make an.
Sorry, you cut out there?
I need you to make a psionics check. Oh, don't worry. You obviously had some targeting going on. We won't worry about that. It's a free action, so I'll cancel anything that happened. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. Anyway, you were targeting that. That's fine. That mind flayer that you attacked earlier, do you remember he was pouring this liquid out? You realise that what he's holding is like a minor artifact, an elder vessel. Obviously, he was using it as part of the ritual. Might be important mentioning. But anyway.
Okay.
Anyway,
Do I
in
need...
the meantime, as I say,
doing a ritual.
Do I need to stay here to help control the ritual, or is it just the stones we need to get to?
You can make a smarts check. Actually, no, they've already told. Yeah, you can make a smarts check to work out that it isn't this one. But you can move to the others, obviously. Yeah, you're fine. Yeah. Basically, this was like the central point. It's the other four that open it. This was just focusing it. So it's the other four crystals you need to control. You've worked out.
Well, I wasn't sure if someone needed to be here to control it. Okay.
No,
so,
not at all.
First off, is reality still being warped?
No, it isn't. No, reality is no longer warped.
All right, so I'm going to multi-action again.
Okay.
Wait, controlling one of these crystals, is that an action?
It is.
Okay, so I have multi-actioning again. I will stab at the Arcanist.
Okay.
With my soul knives.
It did.
Okay.
Nice. Was it a wound? Is okay. Anything about?
There's almost another 6.
He goes down.
Okay. I will snag the cup out of the air.
Inventory. Okay, you have the elder vessel.
I will head towards the crystal over here on the left side. I will chuck a soul knife at him.
You chuck it before you move or after you move?
As I move.
Okay, go on then. I don't think the distance changes on the roof. Yeah, it doesn't make any real difference. It was 5 inches at the shortest, so I'm going to take two. It doesn't matter. I'm going to give you 2 back because at the shortest range it wasn't long range, so that's okay. So you hit with a raise, roll for damage.
Don't care about the damage because I'm probably not going to be able to hurt him.
Yep.
However, it does surge with energy since it is a raise, and
you distract it. Nice.
And I get to the crystal, and I will attempt to control it. It's a
Okay.
psionics check.
For you, it's a psionics check because you've got an arcane background. Let's just get rid of that.
Okay, so
Yes,
there should only be a -2 penalty for multi-actioning.
Yeah.
Which I'm going to Benny that.
That's all you
Is
need.
that-
A four's all you need.
Okay. And
You are
I
attuned.
think of the plane of
Mhm.
Zoriat.
Okie dokie. So you just it's like everyone's got to think it at the same time. So what you'll have to do is once you're all attuned, then you all can think. But this doesn't stop you thinking about it already, for the record, obviously.
Well, I'm thinking about it as hopefully everybody else attunes.
Indeed, and like as we said, you don't all need to think of the same place. It just needs to be anywhere but here. Okay. I am going to at this round. That brings back. The red dragon basically reappears, having successfully battled, obviously with his rider, but I can't find his token yet. Having battled with the Mind Flayer ships, fled into heavy damage. You can see quite a number of. You can see they seem to. Even from this distance, you can see that Dagas has a number of Mind Flayer heads attached to the saddle of the dragons. He's so obviously quite happy. In the meantime, the dragon breathes fire, hitting with a raise on the cosmic horror. Doing 2 wounds. Indeed, no wounds at all.
When the dragon breathes and causes no wounds, I believe panic is in order.
Yeah, why do you think the hell I dived back through the portal?
Okay, the cosmic horror is going next. It is.
I mean, you're right, but according to the tenets of my order, I would be in lots of trouble with if I did that.
Okay, no one's in range. We can't do that. Okay, well, the cosmic horror is basically going to return the favor and breathe poison gas back at the dragon. It's a jet, actually, rather than token, but that's okay.
Oh, yeah? Here's a face full of that. Right back at you, Mr. Dragon.
Yeah, it's almost. I'm not going to respond. I'm not going to respond. People think of it as such, but yes, technically it's not in the strictest sense of the rules. But anyway, okay. The dragon was hit on a 4. However, the dragon is unaffected. And then it's going to do its tentacle attack. Dragon as well. Actually, no, breath weapons is a full round action. It can't do a tentacle attack. TK, don't forget you're still on hold.
Yeah, I'm just waiting to see if what we're attuning to, and just waiting to see what's happening.
No problem. Magic missile fired at the cosmic horror by Dargaz has no apparent effect. Brings us to Trist.
I'm still here by the portal, and I can't tell what the hell they're doing besides being nuts.
Okay.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to step back through the portal with a deep sigh and going, oh my God, I can't believe I'm doing this. And I'm going to pull out the ring again, and I'm going to use the last 3 charges I've got for today.
Okie dokie. Hit with a raise. So what I need to do is I need to.
Oh, can I spend my because I was going to spend a conviction on this too, so it's not too late to spend it, right?
It's not too late to spend it. No. Is that not?
And you put my raise on, right?
Yeah, hang on. I'm just trying to work out what it was. You spell casting the ring of shooting stars. You get plus. Don't roll for damage yet. I'm trying to sort it out. It's giving me some grief. There we go. You've hit it 3 times if you spent 3 charges. So I want to put it. You know what I mean? I want to put it on so you can hit with raise 3 times. Okay, now you can roll your damage, and it should do it automatically and correctly for you. First attack doesn't hurt it. Second attack doesn't hurt it. Final attack.
Look at them beautiful 6s.
Good lord.
4 wounds on the final attack. I assume you're not going to worry about the first 2.
No, I'm not going to. And then I'm going to step back through the portal. Get the hell out of here, guys!
Unbelievable. It's got no bennies left, but it's soaked all 4 wounds.
I'm not going to just say out loud what I was just thinking.
Oh, dear me. Okay, TK, it's the end of
Well,
the round. If
let
you
me
want to
ask you
keep your
this,
Joker bonus, you
Chris.
need to act now.
Let me ask you
Right,
this,
okay,
Chris. Do you think it
so,
actually has a mother?
Pardon, what was that?
I say, do you think it actually has a mother?
No, that's not what I was. I was going to address the GM. So
Fair enough.
TK, you're up.
All right, so TK is kind of confused on all of this business here, but what he is going to do is he is going to go ahead and try and cast confusion on
How far? Sorry, don't forget, actually, because everyone else seems to be attuning. You're the only one who needs to make a. You're a psionist, aren't you? Make a psionics check. See if you could realise what the rest of the party seem to be doing, because they all seem to be touching crystals at the moment.
If you know what I mean.
Fair enough. Okay. And then the thing is, I did have conviction. I was ready to spend a Benny, and when I bumped up, it took it off for some reason.
Okay.
What you're supposed to do
Not
is wrestle it,
confused,
DK.
conviction. I saw that. There's the Benny for it.
I like your
I saw what you're trying to do there, sir.
No, it's just I didn't know if you type CON, it defaults confused over conviction because, of course, of alphabeticals. Okay, you suddenly realise what's going on. They seem to be doing something with the crystals, and you come to the same conclusion. Therefore, you can, if you wish to, attune right now to that crystal right in front of you as your action, and then obviously all of you can. As soon as you attune, you understand what you need to do, and then you can suddenly
Yes, absolutely. I will attune to the crystal.
Go for it. That's another psionics roll.
What I was waiting.
Do it, man.
Successful. So you all basically you all have pictures in your mind of different places other than the prime material plane, and therefore what happens is basically is second that TK attunes to the crystal, the portal closes, severing the cosmic horror in twain.
Hooray!
Yay.
Oh, that's not good.
You're the only one with an arcane background that hung around.
Okay, I need the Gaz at this point because he's back as well.
Wait, Sargon has an arcane background too, right?
Sargon has an arcane background too.
Yeah, it's all good. You've all done it.
Oh, okay.
So, after a brief moment of silence, the gate... Oh, hang on. Yeah, the gate begins to rumble as light and matter begins to collapse inwards. The spectacle of cosmic energy building before you leaves only one conclusion. Hang on. No, sorry, that's the wrong description. That's because you didn't destroy the. You did destroy the portal. You didn't destroy the crystals. You maintained them. I apologise. So it's not going to explode. What happens when you close the gate?
We can just close it.
Well, the crystals change and over just going to part of this chase gate. As soon as the crystal anchors reach, it closes immediately. It's killed instantly. When the cosmic core is destroyed this way, the day is safe. No, the gate does still pulse apparently. Oh right, so that does screw you up either way. Okay. That's because you closed it clean. You've got more time to control it. The spectacle of cosmic energy builds before you leaves only one conclusion. Without a way to contain this power, the portal's still going to explode. Darga shouts over the building. Thrum will never outrun the shockwave. Does anyone have eyes on that elder vessel? We need to act fast. Basically, what you determine is basically whatever the mind flayers did basically corrupted something, and although you've closed the portal, it is unable to control the power, and basically you're looking at a supernova in minutes.
How do I use that?
Okay. To contain the supernova, you must funnel the energy into a suitable vessel named the Elder Vessel. To use the vessel, you must complete the following task in order. Each task requires an action to attempt it. Well, you've got the bottle, so that's okay. You must grab it with you're okay. A creature holding the bottle must succeed in an arcane background skill check to contain the supernova.
So,
Is that it?
That's it, because you've already done the hard parts.
so is the Elder Vessel a champagne bottle?
I do believe I might have an image of it somewhere, I don't know.
I just want to know if we're going to be in a champagne supernova in the sky.
Okay, so yeah, basically you just have to contain anti-Benny time.
I got that a lot earlier, but I was in mute while I was groaning.
I was reading
I'll-
rules.
Just as this might be helpful, I head back over to that pentagram control point, snag it, and attempt to focus the energies into it.
Okay.
No
Okay.
penalties or anything like that?
No penalties, just make a straightforward psionics roll.
All right, just in case I'm taking 2 actions.
Okay. Don't worry about the maintaining connection, but that's fine. You're fine. You have it. So what I need to do is I now need to go back to your character sheet. Inventory. Inventory. I need to find the... Oh, that's not your character sheet. Try that again. I need to find the Elder Vessel, because you don't need it anymore.
I'm not giving it up.
No, you get something else instead.
Oh, okay.
You are now the proud possessor of a bottled supernova. Okay. Right. So, okay. With that in place, obviously that means the nebula and the not the clouds. Clouds turn off. The clouds stay on. The blizzard turns off. The distortion should turn off as well. You've stabilized everything. There you go. I want to get the right way around there.
So just to be clear, not at you, I just noticed incongruency. So the Elder Vessel, which was worth 6,000 gold, while the bottled supernova is only worth 5,000 gold.
Yeah.
Yeah, because if that bottle breaks, yeah, game over.
Okay, so basically, Dargaz is very happy. Whatever the mind flayers are up to here, you've stopped. He's also got a fine collection of mind flayers, and he's driven them out of the system. So he keeps his. I keep calling him he. So she keeps her side of the bargain and says that she will lead you to the chrysalis, orbiting Xerixian military space depot hidden deep in Xerixian space. Using the bottled supernova, you can destroy the chrysalis at no risk to your scouts, striking a powerful first blow to the Xerixian armada. Points out. But that is where we shall leave it today. However, I will award everyone a point of conviction, stopping the cosmic horror entering the prime material plane. Congratulations.
A bunch of convicts we are.
And we shall leave it there, and next time we turn you to Xerixian space.
Thanks. That was fun. That was a lot of fun today.
That's okay.
Thank you.
Thanks, Doswell.
That's okay. And from next time we shall rejoin where basically
No advance, DOS?
You got it last week.
Oh, I didn't. Did we?
We did.
So we're on the last one of seasoned. Is that right? Next advance should be take you to the.
Everyone should be on 7. Yeah, you should all be on 7.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah, so you're at the edge of seasoned at this point. So we shall leave it there, and I'll see you in a fortnight as you finally bring the entire rebel fleet to Xerixian space. Prepare to attack the
By that
evil
time, my
Empire
ring
base.
will recharge.
Oh yeah, it gets back 1d6 power points a day. So yeah, obviously what we will do okay. As I say, hopefully it'll be a little cooler over here, but my computer didn't melt. I'm curious, did I manage to make it to... have I made it to 96.34?
Air intake temperature.
Made it to 95 degrees Fahrenheit. Woohoo!
35 degrees C is my air intake temperature. So room
it's 95
temperature.
as well, because I'm at 34.9.
Right.
Wow. You guys don't have a AC, do you?
Nah.
It's Britain. It never gets hot. He says as he melts.
Yep.
You don't need air conditioning when it's always raining, Governor.
Yeah.
I've been hearing the same thing the 13 years I've lived on this island.
Actually, it has to be said, when the heat wave started in the UK, they had to fire up the coal power stations because the electricity usage doubled overnight because everyone did turn on their AC in this country. So obviously,
you don't have window units that you break out when it gets like this.
There are that you can get the standard units that get fitted, but they don't actually fit into. I don't think we get window units in this country.
Nah, not so much.
It's all double glazing around here, isn't it? To keep the houses warm. Keeping them cold is not something we need to do that often.
Yeah, the houses are definitely not built to deal with the heat.
And they're all designed to keep. They're designed to keep the house as warm as possible in the UK.
Oh yeah.
When I lived in Scotland, that we had central heat, but everybody never could get it warm enough, so everybody used to gather in the bathroom because that was the one room that stayed like a bearable temperature. I moved my bed over so that the central heat blew directly underneath the blankets.
Awesome.
It would get cold, really cold.
Yeah, Scotland is another story completely. Although where I am now in Cambridgeshire had -10 Celsius last winter. That's the coldest I've ever had.
Wow.